I'm making a Dutch baby, and here are the ingredients. You need 3 large eggs that are room temperature, 2/3 cup of milk, also room temperature, a 1/2 cup of packed all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons clarified butter, 1 tablespoon of butter, and then 1/2 of a Meyer lemon juice, and then 1 tablespoon of confectioner's sugar. So let's get started. Okay, so my milk and butter actually is not room temperature. I just literally grabbed it out of the refrigerator. So I have 2 bowls here of warm water. I have 2/3 cup of milk, and I'm going to place that in this warm water here, like so. And then I have this other bowl of warm water. I'm going to place the 3 eggs in the warm water. The water for the milk is a little bit warmer than the eggs. The egg water is more so lukewarm. So I'm going to let this sit in the water for about 5 to 6 minutes. So in the meantime, I pulled out my cast iron skillet. Normally I don't make my Dutch baby in a cast iron skillet, but I'm going to make some cornbread later, and I'll show you guys how I make the cornbread. So I pulled out the cast iron skillet. So now I'm going to heat my oven to 425. And I'm going to wipe off my oven. I see some smudges, so I should have done that before I brought you guys on camera, but oh well, this is real life. So okay, so what I'm going to do, the recipe calls for clarified butter. Y'all, I don't have that. So my theory is once I put this butter in the oven and it cooks in the oven, it clarifies it. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, so I have my oven preheating to 425. I'm actually going to put my cast iron skillet in the oven while it's preheating. Okay, so actually my eggs and my milk have come up to room temperature. I'm going to put this in a blender. So I have the base of the blender here. So let me grab my eggs and drain the water. So let me go ahead and crack the eggs and put them in the blender cup here. I need to put this in there. Let me put that in there. Oops, sorry. Oh well, this is real life. Okay, so yeah. So it's in there. So let me finish cracking the other 2 eggs. And then I'm excited. I bought this new acai cutting board from Temu. And I'm really liking it because my countertops are like this black granite, and like the reflection is when I film, the reflection on here is terrible for filming. So I got this cutting board, and I'll put a link to the cutting board down below. So this is 2/3 cup of milk. So let me move this out the way. Let me grab my measuring cup. So I need a 1/2 cup of packed flour. So let me do that. Open this up. I just bought this yesterday. So I spoon my flour into the cup. So let me spoon that in there. And then I'm going to pack it down too. So I have some in. And let me just press it down into the cup. Okay, so let me pack the rest of this down in there and then level it off. Okay, so now I'm going to put that in the blender cup. Ooh, child, I'm making a mess, y'all. Yeah, I have some wood oil, food safe wood oil, because I'm gonna have a charcuterie board, so I need to pull that out and oil this cutting board, but not right now. Okay, so I need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Let me put this over here. So that's a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then I need a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, you know what? Oh man, it's way up there. I have this vanilla emulsion. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this vanilla extract that I have here. But I meant to pull out my vanilla emulsion. But oh well. So if you guys have that, go ahead and use that in this recipe. But here's a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so let me put the lid on this. Dang, hold on. I'm trying to clean as I go, but that's, yeah. Okay, so this is my little Ninja blender thing. Okay, so I put the top on and I just press down on it and it blends. And actually it's done. This is a real quick recipe. It takes, the longest part is preheating your oven. So, and then if you don't have, well, even still, even if your dairy products are room temperature, are not room temperature, that's quicker getting it to room temperature than it is to preheat your oven. So let me grab my spoon and here, I have a knife here. So I have some of the flour stuck to the side of the bowl. So let me just scrape that down. Okay. So that should be good. Let me just double check. Yeah. All right. So let me take this out too. Okay, so my oven is preheated. I'm going to grab the cast iron skillet and show you what I do next. Hold on just a second. Okay, so my cast iron skillet is piping hot. So I'm going to put this butter in it. And it's going to melt. Let me just swirl it around the skillet here. Like I said, this really should have been clarified butter. I think you could use ghee also. I guess ghee is clarified butter, but child, you know. Nope. I didn't have all that. But I have seen ghee in the grocery store. It's readily available. I just didn't buy any. So, and yeah, I literally went to the grocery store yesterday. But I didn't know I was going to make this Dutch baby. So, otherwise I would have bought some. I would have picked up some ghee. Okay. All right. So now what you do is you pour the Dutch baby mixture into your cast iron skillet. Like so. And now I'm going to put this in the oven. And again, the oven is heated to 425. I'm going to cook this in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. So I'll pick you guys back up then. Okay, so I recently bought this knife on Temu. And I forgot the name of it. They're quick. I'll put it on the screen. I didn't sharpen it or anything. I just cleaned it off. And let's see if it'll cut this lemon. Oh, wow. Okay, yes, it's very sharp. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to just, yeah. So anyway, I'll put the name of this knife in a link below in the description. Okay, so the Dutch Baby is out of the oven. I have the other tablespoon of butter. I'm just going to put it on there. So I put the other tablespoon of butter on the Dutch Baby. Let me just grab a knife real quick and kind of spread it around. Actually, you know what? Take a brush and kind of brush the butter around the Dutch Baby here, like this. I should have melted it first, but oh well. And then what you want to do is you take a lemon and you want to squeeze a lemon over it, like so, for the juice. You don't have to do lemon. Like if you want to put a little bit more vanilla or anything, any type of flavor, if you want to put jelly, anything like that. I just happen to like the lemon. Okay, so now what you want to do, so you take powdered sugar and you want to sprinkle that over the Dutch Baby. I should have pulled out my little sifter, but yeah, I didn't feel like washing it. So you can either do it the correct way, use a sifter, or you can do it this way, the quick way. And then if you want to add a little bit more lemon juice, you can. You can also add fresh fruit to this too. Like if you have some blueberries or strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, you can cut those up and you can put those in here too. Okay, so now what you do is you just cut it and you divide it and you serve it like this. Thanks for watching.